Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to set up Ableton Live with QU5 as a control surface, so you can use the faders to mix within Ableton Live. First thing we're going to do is set up our control surface, so I'm going to do it on layer C and layer D, just so, because all of my audio inputs are on A and B, and I'm going to do the MIDI control on C and D. So on layer C we're just going to set up our surface by going to Setup, Strip Assign, and then we go to, on the side here, DCA/MIDI, MIDI 1 to 16. So I'm going to drag down the first box into the first channel. So it's here now. It'll probably just say MIDI 1 on yours. It says audio because it's taken the naming from mine from a test I did earlier. So now if we just do +1, you'll see it populate all these channels. I'm going to go on to layer D, and I'm going to do MIDI 17 to 32 and do the same thing again. I'm going to drag 17 to the first box and then +1. So I've got my USB-C cable, MIDI cable coming out of the desk and going into my Mac. So you're going to need to download Allen and Heath MIDI control, which looks like this, and install it, etc. Choose the desk that you want to use, which is QU5, MIDI channel 2, and Mackie control standard. Seems to work for me. MIDI ports, and then input port Q5, output port QU5. Just to show you where I got that channel 2 from, transport controls. Or if you go to utility, general, and then MIDI, you've got your transport controls here for play, pause, and stop. Your MIDI channel, and your MIDI DAW control channel. So that's what we're referring to as channel 2. If you need to change it for any reason, if you're using any different controllers or MIDI instruments or anything like that, just that's the number that you need to put into the controller. And then linear taper is just how your fader responds within Ableton, whether it's a linear curve or a logarithmic curve, basically. So that's just personal preference. So you just choose which desk you want, QU5, MIDI channel 2, as we've seen earlier, Mackie control standard, MIDI ports. You can do it over TCP2 or Ethernet if you want, but we're just doing it with USB-C in this case. Choose QU5 and choose QU5. That's it. You don't have to click apply or anything. And then in your preferences, or settings, sorry, you just have to change. I've just ticked all these, so it's two-way communication and sync and everything. And then control surface, you choose Mackie control classic, I find works the best. DAW control MIDI 1, DAW control MIDI 1. And then here you choose Mackie control extended, so Mackie control XT. This one's DAW control 2, DAW control 2, extended 3, 3, 4, 4. Because these are blocks of 8 channels at a time. 1 to 4, so that's 32 channels. So now it should work. When I hit the select buttons, you can see it moving along. When I move a fader, so that's at channel 7. See the fader moving, you can see the other faders moving here. Me moving them on the desk. I can go all the way up. So that's 16, and now if I go to layer D, starts at channel 17, 18, 19, all the way up. My fader control is working. And that's it. You can play around with the different Mackie controls and stuff. I'm not sure which will seem to be the best to use, but this seems to work for me. So yeah, let me know what you think, and best of luck.